Down Chicago. It's the 1992 old-style Chicago Classic featured right here on Sports Channel. Well, hi again, everybody. I'm Mike Goldberg, and welcome to today's feature, 60 Minutes on old-style 16-inch softball. You know, in 1887, this game began in our town of Chicago. It is considered Chicago's game, and the passion that these players around our town bring to 16-inch softball is just amazing. You will get a taste of that in the next 60 minutes as we talk to some of the players, the organizers of the tournament, and feature a lot of great action on the field. Speaking of on the field, our play-by-play and color commentator for today, Steve Kashul and Bill Melton. Good afternoon, guys.
Hello, Michael. How you doing? I am Steve Kashul, along with former White Sox great Bill Melton. We are going to have a lot of fun here with this tournament. We're going to see a lot of different types of softball. First, some fun with the celebrities. Then we're going to get into the corporate against the recreational teams. Finish it off, of course, with the majors game. It's going to be a lot of fun, Bill.
Yeah, I tell you, Steve, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun on Diamond 1, but I think if you'll observe on Diamond 2, when these professionals come over here, they're real intense. And it's going to be, you know, an exciting but very intense ball game. I think the first one's going to be a lot of fun. The second, we better not make a lot of mistakes.
It's going to be pretty intense, as you said. You know, Chicago softball is really interesting. I mean, this is where 16-inch was born, but it's not the only place they play 16-inch softball, is it?
Yeah, I had an opportunity when I retired in '79 when I was out in California to play a little bit of 16-inch softball. In California, we play with a glove, but I know we played on small fields, and, you know, we realized it is really a very defensive-minded game. There's a lot of quick hand reactions necessary. We had a lot of fun with it. I think we were just intense as these guys, and I think they're just intense as the guys over there on 33rd and Shields.
I can't wait to see it. Well, you know, there's so many people that go into making a tournament like this successful. Mike Goldberg is standing by with tournament director Sean Hines.
All right, thank you, guys. We are in front of the big board. Tell you who's been winning and who has been losing in this fine softball tournament. I'm standing by with Sean Hines, the tournament director. And Sean, did you ever expect the magnitude of this event to be the way it is in its inaugural year?
Well, 7 months ago is when it all started, and to be honest with you, we thought it would be big, but we didn't anticipate the enthusiasm for these 16-inch softball players. They know that the 12-inch softball has been a stronghold in the last couple of years, and they've really helped us put it all together. Their enthusiasm for 16-inch softball has really made this come alive. And no, we didn't anticipate it being this great, but it's going to get bigger and better every year.
Why is that? Why should players have this enthusiasm? What makes 16-inch so special?
Well, the gloveless softball has been in the city of Chicago for eons, and the 12-inch softball, I guess gloves have come into play. People are moving more towards hardball. What we're doing is try to keep that back alive here in Chicago and not let it fade out. I think what we're shooting for here is to build the 16-inch sport all around the outlying suburbs as well as in the city of Chicago. And we have a good mix here of both suburban teams, teams from Wisconsin, Minnesota, Indiana, down southern Illinois. So it's been a real good show.
Now, I would think when you go to the different suburbs, a lot of people play 16-inch softball, obviously. You see a situation where you have a lot of good teams, but you don't realize how many good teams there are until you bring them all together.
Absolutely. 16-inch softball, being in Chicago, myself would think, boy, these Chicago teams are really going to take it. We've got some real players out there in the suburbs that have come to play and obviously are tracking themselves and winning along the way. A lot of the suburban teams that have gone on to the advanced rounds have been suburban teams.
What will be the keys to success to make this tournament even bigger and better in years to come?
What we're going to do is our sponsor, proud sponsor, G. Heilemann, has obviously seen that this is a nice market for them, and that what we're looking to do next year is to get out a little earlier. I think the enthusiasm of the players this year will, in the success of this event, will just build the fever for next year and promote it a little heavier and a little stronger, a little earlier next year. So
well, let's hope it continues to be great this year and next year. We've enjoyed visiting with Sean Hines. All right, back to Cash and Bill, guys.
Can't wait to get it underway. Coming up, the celebrity game. Back with that contest right after this. Stick around. What a beautiful day in Grant Park on Chicago's Great Lakefront for the Old Style Classic. Game number 1, WGN Radio taking on a team of celebrity stars will pick up the action in the top of the first inning.
Second chances, the bases are only 60 feet.
This is Tim Stoddard, pops it up, third baseman over, shortstop takes it, Hampton grabs it, but Bob Surratt will tack up and score. Something you wouldn't see in a Major League Baseball game, but in softball, anything goes. Bases are short, you can take advantage. The first three batters for the celebrity team all scored, and then Bobby Douglas came to the plate.
That fence isn't far enough back for him.
Bobby takes the high pitch off the pitcher. 1 run will score. Here comes Larry Bittner. He will score 3-0. Bobby Douglas now going to third. Al Lerner has trouble with it. Bobby Douglas winds up on third. We'll give him a single. 2 runs batted in.
I'm pretty impressed.
A little later, Doug Buffone caps off a 7-run first. Look at Doug. He's got that open grip right there. Fly ball. Hub Arkish has this one. Tim Weigel will tag from third, score easily. What an inning for the celebrity team, although WGN did threaten in their half of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Hampton. Oh, what a great job by Bittner. Doubles him up to go to Melman. They get Stewart. Caught on the double play, and the Celebrity All-Stars are out of the inning. And the celebrity team led it 7-0 after 1, added 1 more in the second.
Going to help them. They want a harder ball.
I see.
So there actually will be 2 balls. We will still have the old traditional 16-inch clincher.
Gene Sullivan with a base hit right here. Another runner coming home. He is out. Second out because they picked the guy off third right before this. Little argument going on right now, just a fun argument. And Bob, I guess this is what the celebrity game is all about. And following a little friendly shakedown from the umpire, WGN Radio finally got things going in their half of the second inning. Yeah, they told me.
Yeah, I think next year this is going to be probably a spectacle.
WGN looking for their first run. They get it. Here comes a second run coming around, and they're going to get that one too as the ball gets thrown away. 8-2, WGN finally on the board. Well, this game got serious enough, so WGN Radio threw a little shenanigans into it.
12-inch slow pitch you could get in a tournament.
Oh, the old water balloon.
The old water balloon
now.
trick.
That wasn't a clincher, was it?
I hope not.
For the defensive play of the game, we go to the WGN half of the third inning.
When he faked one of the plate, threw it behind his back and almost caught the first baseman right between the eyes.
Weigel with a great catch out there.
Tim Weigel with our catch of the day so far, retiring WGN. But they did get a run as Link Hampton had a sac fly to center, scoring Hub Arkish. It's now 8-3. But what a catch by Tim Weigel, Bill Melton.
Well, I'm sure we'll be hearing about that in the 9 o'clock news tonight on the sports section. I mean, that's a good play.
WGN Radio saved their best trick for celebrity coach Rich Melman. WGN now pulling off more stunts on the mound. Larry Schreiner right here with a head of lettuce behind him. Rich Melman at the plate. Get it? Lettuce? Yeah, it all fits together some way. Rich Melman of Let Us Entertain You Restaurants. He's really taken up 16 softball in a positive, serious way, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sure has. In fact, he just tried to.
Even the king of 16-inch softball, Ed Zolna, gets into it. Give me a little background on Eddie Zolna, if you will. Oh! Right fielder Dave Stewart couldn't come up. 2 runs will score to make it an 11-3 game.
Eddie's coach now with the lettuce team, but he's been involved in the game for probably well over 40 years and still manages to play 3 or 4 games a week.
Well, Eddie Zolna on the celebrity team winds up with the win, beating the WGN radio team by a final of 11-4. Coming up next, Mike Goldberg has a look at the Hospitality Village.
The Hospitality Village in Grant Park was a popular attraction at this summer's old-style Chicago Classic. It featured a huge barbecue and a festival that was free and open to the public.
We want to do a show to the players and fans that we want to build a little festival around this inaugural event, and we will do this Hospitality Village to show our appreciation to 16-inch softball for years to come.
On the main stage, bands provided non-stop entertainment to the many families who wanted a picnic or just relax between the softball games. Many sponsors had booths on site where t-shirts and other souvenirs were on sale. The Bullseye Barbecue Pit provided food and refreshments for anyone with an appetite. And yes, there was plenty of old-style beer available. And for the person who is serious about softball, De Beers had a booth where you could see some of the latest in softball equipment and even purchase instructional videos.
The concept of hitting is really to bring an awareness to the hitter of what proper mechanics are. It's really a combination of using the upper and the lower body, whether you're playing 12-inch slow pitch, 14 or 16-inch softball. The hitting mechanics are really all the same. The only thing that changes is the size of the ball and the pitching distance. But the mechanics of hitting really stay the same.
With so much to see and do at this year's Old Style Summer Classic, it's no wonder that the tournament was a huge success.
I've got to find a way to get you back. Oh, baby.
16-inch clubless softball is Chicago, and of course Old Style is Chicago's beer. And this winter we were sitting around thinking, what should we be doing this summer? And we hit on the idea of the Chicago Classic. There's really not a big event that pulls together rec teams and the real good club teams in the Chicago area. And we thought, well, Chicago is the place, and Old Style is the brand to pull it all together. And so we were working with Passport Communications, and they came up with this great idea of the Old Style Chicago Classic. And as you can see with all the people that are out here today, it's been a really, really good turnout, a good deal. And people are really involved. And of course, this is the inaugural event. And next year it'll probably be bigger and better. But I think for the first time out, all these teams, all these people really make it happen.
We now move to our second game of the Old Style Chicago Classic. It's the Gamblers and the Traffic. We pick it up at the top of the first inning. Gamblers at the plate. Okay. Here we are, the championship game. First ball hitting. Billy Knapp drives one deep to the gap in left center. He's got extra bases. He's going to come home, try with a home run. Here's a throw to the plate. He's got it. Quick 1-0 lead for the Gamblers here against the Traffic.
Well, that's one of the prettiest plays in baseball right there, Steve, is either a triple or an inside the park home run. Here it is, good chop down swing. He's in the gap. It's one of the prettiest plays. If you'll notice, every position player on the field is moving on this, on any triple or inside the park home run.
Great move right there. Dan Jelt, yep, Mike Eluteri. Big hitters, played 15 teams this year. Plays 7 days a week. Pops it up here. I guess he deserves that one to right field. It's going to be a sacrifice fly, though. And a runner advancing to second. So it's 2-0 on the sac fly from Mike Eluteri. Sun is now hidden by the clouds. That young man coming up with a single RBI right there.
Yeah, that was a really
tie the game.
Nice looking. That was a classic swing right there. That's that chop with a little authority. Pitch was right about chest high. This pitch is right about chest high when he goes after it. Look how he goes after it. Comes down on it, head down, shoulders. Perfect timing.
And Joe Mueller standing in right here. Good play by the second baseman coming up with it. He throws him out. One of the better plays we've seen by any second baseman today. But damage was done as the Traffic comes up with one. Still trail 2-1 after one. 2-1. Gamblers there in white. Traffic in blue. Line shot right field. That's going to bring a run home, we think. Throw to the plate. They cut it off. No, runner's going to stay. Now they got him in a pickle. He's out at first base. Runner coming home. He's safe.
Well,
don't ask me to score that one.
That's a great play over here at first base. That's just heads up. They got the runner. They threw the ball behind. He got him out, and still had the instinct to throw home.
Let's try to take another look right here. Base hit.
He throws behind the runner. The runner, he fooled the runner. That's a great play by the right fielder right there. They get him, but the man on third base had enough concentration to score on that. And I think that's a really heads-up play.
Gino Marula right here flies out to left to end it. Gamblers do come up with one, though, and they lead at 3-0 as we go to the bottom of 3. Getting ready again. Runners on second and third. Ground ball right side. 1 run will score. They'll get the out at first to make it a 3-2 game.
And that's an awful lot of time to devote.
Jerry Velicelli right here, deep to center. Center fielder with a great effort, but 2 runs may come home. Here's 1 across right now, but Gotch is going to hold up at third base right there on the sacrifice fly to deep center.
Nice play in center field.
And Mike Greco at the plate.
Well, Steve, the center fielder on that one again went sideways or lateral and did not take his eye off the ball. I think once you turn your head in these leagues, you're going to lose it.
Here's 1 punch to right. Right fielder's over for that one. Atwood, his throw too late. Gotch scores.
Another good situation. Man on third base. Less than 2 outs, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, get the runner home, and it is a 5-2 game right now. 2 more across here in the 4th for the Gamblers. 2 on, nobody out for the Traffic, who trailed by 3. Gets the force and gets the double play from what I see, Bill.
Yeah, that was a good play. That's where he put his body in front of it, stepped on second base, and I'm pretty sure they got him out. They got him out at first. Yeah, he's a little dejected and going back to the bench. That's a good play.
But Atwood did score. 2 outs here, runner on second, 1 run in. It's a 5-3 game. Gamblers over the Traffic. Wind blowing out like nobody's business here. And he gets the line right there. Mueller will score right there. Rich Perez.
Yeah, there's a little dust came up on that one.
We'll get the second. The wind is becoming pretty fierce here. But 2 runs in, and now we've got a 1-run game as we'll move to the top of the 5th. Gamblers lead 5-4. Nick Marchese right here. These guys have to be tired. Talking about 15 7-inning softball games, couple that might have gone 5 with the slaughter rule. Goes deep to left fielder. It's going to be over his head right there. Marchese, who had a home run earlier today, will pull up at third with a triple.
He's a pretty good-looking ball player. You know, he's got what I've seen with his 16-inch softball. He's got a good arm. He runs well. You know, and he attacks that ball. He's got a pretty good idea of what he's doing out here.
Billy Knapp will stand in.
Look at that swing. He just drives that ball. Left fielder through the left field, picks it up, immediately turns around and throws to home, and generally, you know, hits their cutoff man or hits a third baseman.
One of the few we've seen that goes to the wall that hasn't bounced over today. And this one goes to the right side. Atwood is there, makes the grab, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly right there for Billy Knapp. And it's a 6-4 game in the 5th.
Well, I think our strategy here, Steve, is let's get some men on base, see if we can pull ahead of this.
Ground ball, short center fielder. He has trouble. He's not going to make the play.
Yeah, his foot got caught. I think he just missed timing on that. He stepped in to reach for the ball, and he got caught in. Watch this play right here. He shortstop kind of steps into the ball, and he just kind of gets boxed a little bit. There he goes. Up with it, keeps it in front. No time to throw anybody out in this game. There's Ozzie Guillen.
Terry gets that one. They get the force and the double play right there. Oh, that works quickly.
Well, there's his soft hands again.
Mike Terry setting up that one.
Watch how Mike's hands, Steve, on this one just kind of collapse when the ball hits. This is what we mean by soft hands. Total control, releases the ball.
Terry, one of the best shortstops in the game today at 16-inch softball.
Really tough to turn the double play in these games.
So Eric Gordon can tie it with a single. It's 6-4 right now, bottom of 6, 1 out, runners on second and third. Gordon does a little bit of everything for this club, including pitch.
Boy, that was a new position for a pitcher. Mick right there, I don't understand that one at all. He just looks like he's in a stationary position.
Fly ball to center. It should bring home at least 1. As they will concede the run there. Make sure the runner doesn't get the third. It's a 6-5 game on the sacrifice fly to center.
You know, again, this is repetitive, but once again, it's situation hitting each time. I don't think I have seen anybody today in either the corporate games or the championship games have missed that situation of bringing the man in from third base.
And
Less than 2 outs.
Paul Rossi will step in right now. 0 for 2 on the day. He's got a runner on second, can tie it with a single. It's 6-5, bottom of 6. We're in crunch time. Two dead. That's a gapper. It's going to be trouble. We have a tie ball game, and Rossi going for more. With the throwaway, folks, he'll score, and the Traffic will take the lead.
Well, that's a good piece of hitting right there. That's a clutch situation, and he came through. He not only drove that man in from second base with 2 outs, but he also did an extra base hit, which created a wild throw when he went to third base, and here we are. 7-6 Traffic. It's a big hit. Should make his whole day.
Third run of the inning, third hit of the inning. Traffic has their first lead of the game. Replay, just a shot to the left center field gap. And down low enough where it didn't bounce over.
Now this throw from center field is just a little bit high, and that allows him to come home to give him the lead.
Rich Perez, 2 for 2 on the day. Like to add to that lead. Ground ball to the pitcher. He's going to retire the side right here. But the Traffic comes up with 3 big ones after being down 6-4 to enter the inning, and they take the lead 7-6 as we go to the final inning. Jim Gotch hoping to get on and start a rally because his team is down and 3 more outs, and this one could be over. Gamblers batting right now, trailing by 1, 7-6. Fly ball to right, out of play. Steve Kashul here with Bill Melton. Seen a lot of softball. We've seen from hot sunshine to almost a little bit of rain. Now it's overcast, getting into late afternoon, early nighttime here in Chicago.
The final straw here. Now here's a situation where I think that all-important cut, dunk. Sounds like we're doing basketball. We need some cut, dunk shots here.
A couple of base hits to lead to a run. Pops it up. That's not what you want to do. And that's number 1.
He'll, as Hawk would say, he'll turn around and grab a whole lot of them.
Jerry Vaselski, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Vaselski 0 for 1 officially today.
Hey, Steve, how about a
in
bunt
this
right
game?
here?
A bunt? I don't think it's illegal.
How about a bunt?
Although we saw Chuck Swirsky do it in the celebrity game earlier
Hey,
today.
these guys are good enough to have swinging bunts. Let's put something in this game. Let's have a bunt here, stolen base.
Sounds too easy.
These guys can control these bats pretty good.
1 out here for Valesky. Takes again.
Pitcher might have a little pressure on him, too. He seems to be missing that plate a little bit. I think he's a little bit afraid.
Ooh.
Well, I thought I'd an RC today, man, if somebody struck out and missed, but got to give that pitcher credit.
The whiff looking, and that's a 2nd out.
Let's watch this pitch right here. Oh,
Eric Gordon doing the job right here.
what a pitch.
He thought he had ball 4.
Couldn't pull the trigger. There's a situation where you want to walk, you want to get on base, and sometimes you tense up a little bit. You know, I think when you got 2 strikes, you got to swing at anything.
Ground ball here could do it. Safe at first base. Recco reaches on the infield single to deep third.
Here it is. I think he positions well. He comes up. He waits just a little bit too long. Just doesn't have a strong enough arm. There's a lot of speed on that runner.
Bruce Fagoli will step in right now. Pinch hitting for Ralph Berger. He goes to center. It could end it here with an out. That's it, folks. That's it. What a great come-from-behind win for the Traffic, who only lost once, and that was to the Gamblers in their last game. A big win for the Traffic of Oriole Park. Together 8 years, they take it 7-6. Coming up, Mike Goldberg will have a look at Saturday's competition from the Old Style Chicago Classic.
16-inch softball obviously is Chicago's game, but I don't think you really realize how well the game is played in our town until you take a tournament like this and bring all those teams to one venue. Yes, this is not a tournament for Sunday players. This is one for big-time competitors, both men and women.
Win? Yeah. Good. You gotta talk with the ball hard. Great job. Let's go. Come on.
It's great. You know, we're in a major division, so we've got 16 of the top teams in the country that we're in with. The A team has like, I think, 60-some teams. So the competition is very, very good. And our next game is going to be real tough, so we've got to go out there and see if we can kick some butt.
It's a very competitive tournament. I think we had a nice team, and we lost our first 2 games. So obviously it's a very competitive tournament.
I have to throw a pitch that he cannot hit.
Right.
What's wrong with a heavy pitch?
You cannot throw it. It's in the rule book. And you give a warning.
So you told me you can't throw a heavy pitch?
That is unhittable. No, you cannot.
What is it about 16-inch softball that makes it so cool?
Yeah, it's like a man's game, you know. You get out there, catch a ball, break a couple of fingers, get out there and play again. That's all.
You know, the ironic thing is that many of the challenges that the 16-inch softball brings to the men are those same qualities that make the game more appealing to the women. And believe me, when they come out to play, they are serious about winning.
The 16-inch game is a little bit slower, so I think it appeals more to women. I mean, we're able to play at a little bit better pace than the guys and still be competitive.
And it is competitive, isn't it?
Absolutely, especially at this tournament.
Unlike college basketball, the women use the same 16-inch ball. What about 16-inch softball? What makes it so special and different than 12-inch?
Well, I think I know myself, I prefer to play with my hands, you know. I don't want a mitt to get in the way. And I think you're just more accurate, more concise if you're using just your hands. Mitt just slows you down.
It just slows you down. Now, you've played 12-inch. Is it more enjoyable as a game 16-inch than 12-inch? 12-inch a little bit faster, obviously.
Yeah, it is, but 16-inch moves along pretty good as well. So I think for now, I'd prefer this game.
And it is the game of choice this weekend, the Old Style Tournament, the 16-inch ball. No
Chicago's game.
That's exactly right. No 14-inch here for the women. They play with the same ball.
Now it's a championship game in the major division. We have the Rabbits and Lettuce pick it up in the bottom of the first inning. No score, Rabbits coming up. Rabbits just played about 15 minutes ago, defeating Splinters to advance here. This is O'Neill, the left fielder. Ground ball up the middle. Good play by the short center fielder. Not in time, though. It's going to be a single. If you hit it up the middle, you pretty much have a single. How many times are guys thrown out up the middle unless it's in front of the bag?
Well, he hit the slot, which is important. That slot between short center and the shortstop. And he was in a position to make a very tough throw, and the guy at first had good wheels. So
here is the DH, Schuler, up right now, number 5.
Bob, real quick, what's the strategy when the hitter shifts his feet? Is it to hit the ball at a different arc, or is it really position himself to hit the ball to the other fields?
What it does, it actually does 2 things, Bill. First of all, it brings him in a position to come back to hit the ball in the zone so that he's not lunging or reaching. And also, he can position himself to hit the ball the other way. So there's really two things that are important.
Ground to second. Runner will advance to second as they get the out. First out of the inning. O'Neill going to second. And Gruber will be the hitter.
He tried to hit that hole there between first and second. And even though he missed, he did advance the runner. So he's got him in scoring position.
Teams have to be a little bit tired here, playing multiple games on this day.
The Rabbits have got to be very tired.
But when the major championship's on the line, you seem to forget it. Go out and play. Plenty of rest tonight. Ground ball to first, off the first baseman. Runner coming around third. No play there. We've got a 1-0 game.
Well, that ball there, this ball here takes a little bit of a bad hop at the end, so I'm not going to credit that first baseman with anything but getting in front of the ball. But I think if you watch this game as we go along, you'll see that you just absolutely cannot make a mistake.
Not in this game.
Ken Baker is the first baseman right there. Unable to come up with the baseball. Softball, I should say. And it's 1-0. Favor the Rabbits.
This looks like some of the fields I used to play in the minor league, Steve.
This is Kurt Viedel.
Kurt's an excellent hitter and has a lot of power.
Draws the walk. Plenty of runners on first and second now. John Scarrow will be the hitter.
This looks like a guy that can hit the ball a long way. He's tall, lanky, he looks strong.
One run is in for the Rabbits, threatening again. Line shot up the middle. But the shortstop makes an outstanding job. And he's out at first base. What a great play by the shortstop right there, Dave Rule.
Yeah,
Short
Dave
center fielder couldn't get to it, Brian Panic, but Dave Rule, an outstanding play. But he's on. I guess they called him. First they called him out.
I think he bobbled the ball at first base, and he did change the call.
Bags loaded right now.
The throw definitely beat him.
Rabbits threatening, already have one aboard. Bases loaded, only one out. Ground ball to first. He'll go to first. Run will score for the second out of the inning. Now it's 2-0 in favor of the Rabbits.
I think that right there, Steve, showed me that when you talk about the idiosyncrasies of this game, that player went to the right side of the field. It's a little bit more difficult to turn a double play. Had he hit it to the shortstop, they might have had two. So again, there's some of the strategy I think comes into this game.
Two out, two on right now. Right fielder Ray will be the hitter. Ron Zeman pitching for Lettuce. Both teams have played in their share of championship games. Fly ball deep to left. Good play out there for the left fielder, Mike Lopez. Out of the inning, but 2 runs across. Rabbits, 2-0 lead after 1. Top of 4 right here. Lettuce at the plate leading 4-2 right now. John Carey is the hitter. Doubled his first time out, scored the first run in the second inning. First run of the game for Lettuce.
That overhead shot right there, Steve, was a good indication of the strategy when you see the pitcher, pitching the outside corner, inside corner, and the hitter.
John Carey, 1991 All-American, draws a walk. So hope to get what he got going last inning when he first 4 guys single. This is Matt Biondic. The right fielder singled his last time up, 1 for 1 on the day. Thanks for ball 1.
Come on, Wall. Work on it, babe. Work on it, Wall. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see it. Nice pitch, Wall.
Line shot off the glove, or hand, I should say, of the short center fielder. To go for a single runner on first and third. He wishes he had a glove on that one.
Yeah, that was a good play. That again, reaction. And you're right. If he'd have had a glove, he'd have had that. But the name of this game, you just have to have those good hands, and they have to be soft.
Matt Biondic consistently over 600 on the season. You see right there why with the line shot. This is Brian Panic, the short center fielder. He singled his first time up. Lettuce again threatening. Runners on first and third. Nobody out. Deep to right. Should bring home the run. As Bill said, that's what you want to do. They'll go to second. He'll be safe. Run will score. It's 5-2.
Yeah, this is just an indication, I think, why Lettuce won that championship last year. And, you look at each one of these players, and each one of them contributes. Each one of them seems to be smart hitters. They know what they have to do. They don't try to do too much. They hit the ball where nobody is. And I think, Bob, that's the strategy of this game.
They've got a lot of balance in this team. They got power. They can run. They play excellent defense.
And here's an excellent defensive player here at the plate. Ken Baker, the first baseman, nicknamed Dusty. Doubled his first time up. Does it on both ends. Comes up there with a runner on second. 1 out. Takes for ball 1.
Come on, Wall. Right now, Wally. Wally. Now, Wall. Nice pitch.
Line shot, base hit to left field. Let's see if the runner comes home. He should easily as they go to second. That's a given right there, right on the base hit in softball. They're very difficult to throw at a guy, whether you're charging or what.
Well, the left fielder was kind of deep there, and a smart play was to go to second. If he'd have gone home, then obviously the runner would have gone down to second base, and you'd have had another guy in scoring position.
There's now a 6-2 game. Lettuce with 2 more on the board here. 4 in the second inning. And Larry Downs steps in. And a sac fly his first time up. Speedy center fielder, number 19. Pops it up. Short right field. Could be trouble. Right fielder with an excellent grab right there. Jerry Ray. Great catch. And there's 2 gone.
Yeah, Steve, this is a nice catch. I've noticed a lot of them this weekend. A lot of them have knee pads on their knee. I think a lot of them do slide into the ball and make catches instead of reaching down with your back with a shoestring. They kind of slide underneath the ball. That gives you an idea of their athletic ability.
Larry Kelly now stands in. He's going to pinch hit for Ron Zeman. It's called the re-entry rule.
Larry is an excellent hitter, Steve. In fact, I played with Larry for a few years, and you can look for him to go to left center or right center here.
Fly ball left field.
He just crossed me up by going down the line.
Bob, that's a good analyst right there.
3 outs, but damage was done. 2 runs across on 2 hits. It's 6-2 as we move to the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, 1 run in. 6-3 right now. Lettuce leads it. A lot of pressure on these pinch hitters, I'm sure, on the re-entry rule because they're giving these guys a one shot right here to come up with a base hit and do something good. And he comes up to shortstop Rule.
What a great play.
Great play right there to get out of the inning.
Excellent play by Dave Rule.
So 1 run in on a couple of base hits. We'll move to the top of the 5th inning as we're going to take one more look at the excellent play from Dave Rule right here. Great throw, good balance.
He did. He released that ball immediately. He knew he didn't have any time.
Tim McManigal to stand in right now. 0 for 1, I should say. Ground ball, second baseman, get it right there. McManigal, one of those players that can play any position, playing third today for Let Us Entertain You.
It's another nice play right there by the second baseman. Position right, gets the ball, throws it to first, bang, bang.
Mike Lopez, the hitter, 1 for 2, singled in the first, made out in the second. We're at the top of 5 right now. Lettuce leading 6-3. Last time these 2 teams met was about noon earlier today, and Lettuce won 3-2. Championship of the major division here, and as we said earlier, Bob, winning a championship would mean so much to either one of these teams.
Very true. I look for Mike Lopez here to hit the ball down and hard somewhere through the infield here.
He goes opposite side, out of play.
Got under that a little bit. Very important for a left-handed hitter with his kind of speed to hit the ball down so he can use his speed, especially when there's nobody on.
Well, we try to teach that at the major league level too, Bob, but it doesn't always work.
That's true.
But it's a good idea. You have to utilize your speed. I mean, you got to take the gifts that are given you to help your ball club. You got to. Right now, they got to get on base.
Wally Peck's on the mound. Couple of fakes. Delivers. Fly ball left field. Should be an easy out right there. It is. Mike O'Neill brings it home. There's 2 outs in the inning. And here's Davey Rule, who's done an outstanding job at shortstop. We've seen some just great plays from him so far in the first 4 innings in the field. 0 for 1 walked his first time out. Bounced out to the second baseman his second time out. Line shot opposite way. Second baseman knew exactly where to play him, but can't make the throw.
That's a real nice piece of hitting right there. I mean, basically, watching him, you can see how he let that ball. You can see how he let that ball drop. That's a good piece of hitting. He let it drop below his knees, I think, Bob, and then he just went with the pitch.
Bill, he tried to do that the last time, and he took his eye off the ball, and that's why he hit a weak little pop-up over there. That time he kept his head down, hit through the ball, and he's on first base.
This is Keith Filkins right now. He's a long ball hitter. He can smash it. 1 on, 2 outs here, top of the 5th. Lettuce leading 6-3. There's a sharp drive right there. Left fielder's there, catches it, and then bobbles it, loses it. Rule will score. Filkins on second. Don't know what to call that one in softball.
Well, that ball was moving. That was a knuckleball out there, and he had a little bit of trouble. He came in, and he just, I think he just kind of lost his balance.
And for the benefit of good sportsmanship, we'll give him a double. Double for Filkins, his first hit of the day. RBI. Rule comes home, and it's 7-3.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given him an error on that either, Steve.
This is Jack Kelly. Tough play out there from Mike O'Neill, the left fielder. Here's Kelly. It's a couple of them deep. 0 for 2 so far.
I saw that, maybe that left fielder, Bob. Is there any strategy involved? Like that ball basically looked like he tried to catch in his breadbasket instead of his hand.
Well, when you got a knuckleball like that, a lot of times, Bill, it's better to do that. Just get the ball in your area and protect it right away. It's very difficult to handle a ball like that with your hands.
Yeah, he smoked that ball. There's no question about it.
That ball was moving.
Two outs. Kelly might be looking for the home run ball here. Wind blowing out slightly. I can hit to all fields.
They got a big lead. Perfect time to go deep. Take a chance.
2 outs, 1 on, 1 in so far here. Top 5, 7-3, Lettuce. He goes deep to center, but not deep enough. Easy play right there for the center fielder, and they're out of the inning. 1 run in on 2 hits. Bob Brenner stands in. Last chance for the Rabbits. 3 more outs. Lettuce has another championship here. The first in the inaugural Old Style Classic. Rule. Oh.
Here's another situation where the shortstop makes a great play.
He always seems to be in the right position, doesn't he, Bill?
He backed up the player. He makes a good attempt on this. But my comment is I think what the Rabbits are going to have to do is they're going to have to get about 2 or 3 of this. Let's get on base. Let's direct the swing. And I really think in the bottom of the 7th, one of these guys is going to have to try to hit those fences.
Well, here's Jerry Ray right here, going for the base hit to the right side. Can't get it, it's foul.
And the reason I'm saying that is only because I think this Lettuce team is that good. You're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. So I would have to maybe, or let's put it this way, I would like to see somebody come up and hit one over the fence. But let's get a couple men on. Baseball doesn't change no matter what level, what game you play.
They need a couple big hits here just to change the momentum.
Jerry Ray, 1 for 1 with a sack. Goes to the pitcher. They'll go to second for 1. He's out there. They got the double play. 2 quick outs. 1 out away from a championship.
Big double play. Bottom of the 7th inning. Ball back to the pitcher.
That was a perfect example of Zeman actually wanting to get that guy to hit the ball to that hole. He actually lunged. You got an easy 1-hopper, and he turns 2.
Great job by Brian Panic turning the double play on that one.
Yeah, you just really have to be quick in this game. I think that's one of the prettiest plays in 16-inch softball.
1 more, and it's over for Lettuce. Runners on first and third. Rick Olson, intimidating figure, standing in. We've yet to see a home run in this game. Would be very selective, I might imagine.
Well, that would have been a terrible way to end the ball game. Gets that guy off of first base.
Wally Peck's back in time.
Wally might go hide behind that old style balloon out there.
Rick Olson popping one up. Filkins over, right fielder over. Out, and that's it.
Well, what a great play to end the ball game.
Boy, what a great catch by the right fielder, Matt Biondic. Matt Biondic comes up with one of the plays of the game, and it's over, folks. Lettuce has won it by a final of 8-4. 3 consecutive singles for the Rabbits there in the bottom of the 7th, but they can only get one across. And we've got our champions of the major division here at the Old Style Classic. One more look at that last catch. Matt Biondic right here.
This reminds me of a play that I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago that Tom Bernansky made in Fenway Park to win the game, I believe it was against the California Angels in the playoffs. Same thing. Got lost in the corner. Great play.
That was a great play.
Fantastic catch. What a great way to end this major championship here of the Old Style Classic. Congratulations to Lettuce. They finish this tournament 5-0. And that just about does it here from Grant Park. Back with some final comments following these messages.
Welcome back to Grant Park. Folks, in the last 60 minutes, you have seen some of the finest 16-inch softball players in America. You've also seen some celebrities show you how fun and enjoyable this game, our game, can be. You know, it's kind of interesting. 105 years after the game was developed back in 1887, it is now 1992, and a new tradition has begun. The old-style Chicago Classic. We wish the best of success to all these players in the years to come, and that this tournament will grow to be the best of the best for decades upon decades. I've enjoyed being part of the crew today and bringing it to you. So have my partners, Steve Kashul and Bill Melton. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Michael, and we've seen a lot of great softball in this inaugural Old Style Classic. Bill, your thoughts?
Well, Steve, I tell you, you know, it's everything we thought it would be. There was great defense, a lot of enthusiasm, and these guys have a lot of athletic ability. I'm very impressed, and I'm glad to be here, and I enjoyed being with you.
We saw a lot of different types of softball. It's a lot of fun. We hope you enjoyed it. For Mike Goldberg, for Bill Melton, I'm Steve Kashul. Thanks for being with us. See you next time around.